Hi. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Adam Scheinman. I'm a sophomore at Brown. That's all you need to know. But I'm here to talk to you about why people like sports, why people are obsessed with it, why it's a passion, why I like it. I think it's beautiful to root for something you can't control, something that is bigger than yourself, something that millions of people watch at the same time and go through the same wave of emotions as you do. It's kind of like this connection to either a region or a state or even a country sometimes, and it's something so powerful when people get united over the same thing. But I guess that's not really what I'm here to tell you about. I'm just here to talk to you about what it means to reach the ultimate goal of sports. Obviously, passionate diehard fans like myself watch four teams, three religiously: Mets, Jets, and Knicks. The other one, the Islanders. I'm a fan, but I don't know. I can't picture what my reaction will be like if they win. However, if the Mets, Jets, and Knicks all win their respective championships, I feel like I will have reached heaven. In the sense that it's something that's out of my control. It's something that I put passion towards and that I watch and never miss a game, never want to miss a game. And it's something that connects me. I grew up in New York. I feel like it's something that connects me to my roots, to my family. A lot of them were Mets and Knicks fans. I'm going to continue to move on that legacy. But it's not really the important thing. What I'm trying to get to is, like, what does it all mean when you finally have your end goal, which is a championship? Now, I'm only 20. I've been a diehard sports fan for maybe like 9-8 years. Not the longest time. But my team's never won a championship. And so I'm trying to realize what that state of euphoria will be. And why it's so important. Why? Like I said, I think it's unbelievable the way sports has this ride of emotion, and 1 second can make millions of New Yorkers upset, and then the next moment make them so happy. And we put so much, diehard fans put so much pride and energy into rooting for this team. They decorate their houses, their cars, they read the newspapers all the time, New York Post, New York Daily News. They tailgate with their friends, their family. They rearrange their schedule around it, around the game. So why is it such a big deal? I think it's a big deal because of the whole idea of what it means to win the championship, to have something that's out of your control that you put so much faith into, and in the end you're a winner and you're holding up the championship trophy, and it's the most beautiful feeling when you have millions of people jumping up and down in their own rooms, crying with tears of joy, raising their arms like this, thanking God, because that's it. That's the ultimate goal. That's what fans root for. And it's just, for me, why do I care about so many overpaid athletes, with their millions of bucks, and their paparazzi, and they'd probably beat the crap out of me if they saw me and I was like, yeah, go Knicks, like, what, 6'10" guy, 6 foot, gonna be like, what? Like, I don't, like, why do I care about you? But the whole idea is that it represents a region, it represents a people. I'm gonna try and not use the region, because although I am from New York, I hate the Yankees, which, you love to hate them, so. But, Mets, Jets, Knicks, I feel for me is, what the New Yorkers that I associate with, those are the teams that they root for, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. You go to a game, 80,000 people are standing, banging on the chairs, and drinking their beer, and, it could be raining, and it's just like absolute euphoria. Like, this is where I want to be. But the championship, what it means to get to that goal, the promised land, has yet to be determined. I feel like everything happens for a reason, and I kind of appreciate how I haven't seen a championship yet. When I was 13, 14, didn't really appreciate it. Like I said, the Mets were in the World Series in 2000, didn't really appreciate it. The Knicks have sucked forever, and the Jets are in and out, and they're cursed. I mean, these three franchises are cursed. Not cursed, but they haven't won in a long time. The Mets, it's been 24 years. The Knicks, it's been 37 years. And the Jets, I think it's been 41 years. Think about that. Think about all the passion that I put in and that my father put in, the grandparents, the people around me, all these New Yorkers that that are older than me and that have rooted for this jersey, and they've only seen one championship in their lifetime. And for the Knicks, 2 championships. I mean, you put so much pride and passion that that one moment, that one championship, when you see New York champions, it's beautiful. I'm trying to stray from New York because remember, the Yankees win, the Giants win. Those are my teams. I believe everything happens for a reason. There's a reason why those teams have won. But just think about I just can't even imagine the parade if the Jets won the Super Bowl. All the people that root for the same stuff I do, that go through the turmoil of the same team that I do, that root for the same players, that feel the same emotions on every pass, every touchdown, every interception. All the passion, all the emotion that I feel for the team. There are millions of other people, other New Yorkers, other people that like the team for a different reason or whatever. I mean, it is amazing when your team wins. When I watched the Jets win a bunch of games when I was in Israel and I was watching it, 1, 2 a.m. Israel time, and the Jets won, and you have all the New York Jews go up in the bar and praise be God or whatever. That that is something that ties me to the New Yorkers that are watching back in regular time, back Eastern time. It's about a connection. I think sports is also a metaphor for life. So it's you have to figure out what your Super Bowl is, what's your world championship. Champion pitchers that strike out the last batter, get on their knees and point to the sky and jump up and down. What's my championship? What's my Super Bowl in life? I'm never gonna be 6'5". I'm never gonna have that build. I'm never gonna have the quickness, the agility. And just the natural athleticism to be an athlete, obviously. So I'm going to be a fan, and I'm going to root for them. But at the same time, I think it's a metaphor for, we have to figure out what our Super Bowl is. As a person, obviously as a fan, the fact that if your team wins, it's something out of your control, and you put so much passion in, and then they win, you have that moment the rest of your life. The Mets fans, diehard Mets fans, 1986, it doesn't matter how old you are, how old you were when the Mets won in 1986 and the ball went through Buckner's leg. Everybody will remember 1986 for the Mets. And 69, 70, those 2 years, Mets, Jets, Knicks all won the championship. Even the Islanders, who suck now, they've won 4 in a row in the early 80s. My point is that you watch sports to connect with other people. It's about emotion. You go through the same emotions as other people, and what else can you do with that? If you're watching politics, you could be very, very excited, but I don't think there's the range of emotions that a pass is thrown for a interception return for a touchdown. You're fucking pissed, but then it's called back for a penalty on the defense, and you're like, oh, thank God we get another chance, and then we score the touchdown, and it's fuck yeah. And the beautiful thing about winning is that you don't have any excuses for winning. You have all the excuses in the world for losing, but winning triumphs everything. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And like I said, that one moment can generate an infinite amount of moods. That one moment can produce memory. Like I said, build the ball going through Buckner's leg. Obviously, I wasn't alive for that. But David Tyree, who made the catch for the Giants a couple years ago, that's his moment. He's a nobody, but that's what sports is. And championships in certain sports, basketball, it's usually the best team. In NFL, who gets the breaks at the end. MLB, whoever the hottest team is at the end of the season, it's not necessarily the best team, but the whole idea is that since there's a lot of luck in that aspect, it's a metaphor for life. You have to be good at something, but to get to where you really want to go, your ultimate destination, you're going to need some luck. That's another way winning is a metaphor for life. And I just think for me, the range of emotions and the passion that I feel, the ultimate like point to the sky, like this is it. This is why I watch every Jets game every Sunday for 4 months, and this is why we have season tickets to the Knicks, and this is why I love the Mets, even though they're some of them are jerks on the team and overpaid and don't really care, but that's my team, and there are hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of those fans. Obviously, New York is the best city for sports in the country, and it's just to laugh, to cry with tears of joy, to be in pain, even to like pray, like please let this be it. Let us win. That's just puts so much meaning in life, and it's a way for me to connect with millions of strangers. And I could go on and on and on talking about sports in general, but I got to talk about my teams because this is who I am. I'm a very passionate person, and I love sports. I love my Mets, Jets, and Knicks. Those are my passions. Islanders, I watch them, but not as much as a passion as those three teams. And when they win the championship, I assume tears of joy, and I'll feel this awe, this spirit, this rising up that is almost heavenly, because you put so much effort into it, and it's not just for you, it's for the millions of others who have suffered the long, painful years. Like I said, we haven't won championships in a long time. The Mets of my 4 teams were the last ones to win it in 1986. But I feel like everything happens for a reason, and when they win the championship, I'll appreciate it, and it will be a beautiful day, and I'll always have that memory for the rest of my life. And the Mets, Jets, Knicks are passions of mine, and they're passions of millions of other people. And for me to connect to strangers around the city and around the world, like I said, in Israel, all those New York Jews at yeshiva, watching the game in like some underground bar, and when they win, everybody goes nuts, and there's dancing in the streets of Jerusalem. I mean, that's an aside, but the point is that like it's amazing. And when we win, God willing, I'll have this experience that I will never forget.